just getting ready to start the European session here on Thursday, the 4th of June. Just looking at the DAX at the moment. I just mark up the chart based on the things that I happen to think that are worth looking at, I suppose, which is yesterday's high, yesterday's low, and yesterday's close. And I guess the opening price is good too to look at, but it was right at the high, so it just opened and it went straight down. But a very, very small bar. Oh, actually maybe it's not that small. This magnet function's really annoying. So it's about 240 point range yesterday. Yeah, all the moves down seem to be quite small. Interesting. So it gapped down here after the US session and had a little leg down during the Asia, and then it's been rallying all day in the Asia. It's about 1 minute until the open. See how that goes. It's sort of near the Globex high, or the high of I think the Frankfurt session. The Frankfurt session, this was the opening bar of the Frankfurt session. It broke above the Globex high. A pullback, maybe a two-legged pullback on the 1 minute chart. Hang on a second. Yeah, not quite. So just one, maybe two legs down, and then a big rally again. And now it's trading right near the high of that Globex high, or the Frankfurt high. So looking bullish, I suppose. In the short term, obviously. Not on the larger time frames, it's going down. But right now it's moving higher. So, which I, as a scalper, someone who primarily scalps, that's what I'm paying attention to. Even in a big downtrend, you can catch a huge rally, like strong rallies that you can scalp. I've had a pretty scrappy week on the whole, but every day's been profitable, so just not that much, like 1% a day here and there. Yesterday maybe 1.5%. So I think I'm only up like 3.5% this week, and it's Thursday. I want to be careful. I was thinking about this before. I want to be careful not to do anything stupid just because I haven't felt like I've made enough or something. I wonder if Tom Hugard's streaming. He said he's had a kind of a tragedy in his friends group where two children were sadly, tragically killed in a car accident. That sounded horrific. Poor guy. See how he is, what he's doing. Just unbelievable tragedy. Two children killed, 8 and 5. Somewhere in Denmark, I think, because he's from Denmark. I think he lives in Copenhagen. Wow, what a tragedy, man.
So, very strong open. Making up for lost ground yesterday, it seems. And my profits that was at one point $3,000 is now just $1,300. But I think I should be up and running now. Okay, well that sucks. Let's deal with what is.
Yeah, the poor guy was like almost in tears yesterday when he said it on his stream. Absolute tragedy. Can't imagine the two kids were brothers. Imagine the distress of the mum and dad. Fuck. Poor guys. Yeah, poor things. It's looking like a bull trend from the open. Strong bar here. Some 50 points high. I'm not sure whether to get involved yet. I usually like to wait for a couple of bars to form, at least, before I start doing anything, just to see, begin to sort of get a feel for the character of what the character of the day could be. Whether it's range bound or whether it just keeps ripping higher or get some impression of what to do. And even then, I sometimes do the wrong thing. Like I'll say to myself, I notice that my videos when I watch them back, because I record them so that I can watch them back and hear myself and hear what I'm actually thinking and look at it from a third person perspective. And how silly it looks sometimes what I do. Like I'll say, it's always in long, it's many bull bars, one or two small bear bars, and I'll still try to short it. It's just, yeah, sometimes I'll say the right things, like I'll have the right idea, but I'll do the complete opposite of what I should be doing. It's part of why I'm recording these videos, is to see what sort of glaringly obvious things I'm doing wrong, if there were somebody watching me and was able to tell me. So I'm trying to be a third person, looking at myself as objectively as I can when I'm trading. And sometimes it's so embarrassing that I say, wow, the market's just ripping up, it's just bull bar after bull bar, it's always in long, blah blah blah, and then I'll try to short it. Like, what the fuck? It's sometimes embarrassing, the things that you can end up doing in the market when you look at things later. So now it's about a 50% retracement of this bar. I was wondering if it's a good, potentially good long here, because I can sort of see these things in my mind's eye without even giving them much thought, but it's about a 50% retracement here. And sometimes there's a lot of limit orders buying 50% retracements. I reckon I'd want to buy a bull bar at least on the 2-minute chart. I don't like to buy it as it's falling. I'd like to see it sort of at least appear to stall and then some little bit kind of push up, maybe a little pullback, and then get long for another push up. I don't like to buy it as it's going down, which sometimes makes it so that I buy a high, and sometimes this bar could just accelerate up here, and I'll just miss out on a potential second leg up. So, but right now it looks like it's going up. Could be a trap. Always could be a trap. I'm going to buy it here. I'm sort of hoping for a quick push above the high of the day. Sort of stalling. It's sort of doing what I want, but not quickly. I take profit here. It's not. My disappointment was this. Oh fuck! Now it's going higher. My concern was that it could sell off into the close of this 15-minute bar with like 20-30 seconds remaining, and could get some kind of deeper pullback since. Yeah, I think I was kind of expecting a bit too much of this position. I bought it at what Al Brooks calls a high one long, which is the first attempt at trend resumption. So something like that. And then I was expecting it, if it's really bullish, to be just, next bar immediately rockets up, quick breakout. But maybe I'm just not patient enough there. So I got like a handful of points, like 10 points. I just missed out a little bit there. That's what I mean. My week has been so freaking scrappy. It's been so difficult for me for some reason this week. Either I'm just wrong about the direction, or I buy it and I put my stop loss somewhere and I get stopped out by a tick and then it goes up, and it's just been so fucking scrappy. God damn it. Could have put my stop loss to break even, I suppose. I think I bought it at the right moment. I suppose that's good. It's just my management was poor. Could have just gone to break even and then just let it run a little bit. And then keep moving the stop up somehow. Yeah. The reality of the situation is, even if I make a mistake like that and take profit too early, I can just immediately buy again at the close of this thing, which is breaking out and has a strong close. But I'm usually always just thinking about what just happened. Could just get long now. I don't know. I'll just let a few more bars play out. I'm yawning a little bit. Been playing with my nephew again. He was a bit what do you call it? Like shitty today. Just think he didn't have his nap on time. He was just crying. He was touching his ear and it looked a bit red. I'm like, oh, maybe he needs some Nurofen. Maybe he's got some like pain or itchiness or something. And he was crying and like doesn't want the Nurofen. So I tried to put it in his mouth and he flips his head up and then inhaled a little bit and then started freaking coughing, and I had to flip him upside down so he doesn't choke. Just hard work. Then he got a nap. He finally fell asleep and got a nap. And then he was better. But he's getting to the age where he's realizing that if he cries, he can get what he wants. He can sort of manipulate you. And then nothing will be wrong with him. He's just playing. And then he wants a spoon, or he wants to be near the stove when something's being cooked. And when you don't let him, you don't give it to him, he just starts whining and crying. And I'm just like, this little shit, there's nothing wrong with him. He's just whining just to manipulate me. Just to manipulate us. So we've just been paying a little bit less attention to his whining And eventually he stopped. He stops when he sees no one's like acknowledging his whinging. Yeah, man, that would have been such a nice trade. It's pushing higher now. Big bars. Really explosive rally now. And I'm not on board. Come on. How does this happen to me? Suppose what I could have done instead of taking profit there is I could have just moved my stop to break even and then just kept trailing it. And I'd have been stopped out now for $300 instead of $100. Okay, so the opening 20 minutes was bullish, and the market rallied 86 points. That's pretty decent in the DAX, actually. It's a pretty decent rally here. So it's been bullish from the Frankfurt session, and now a climactic rally at the open of the London session. Sort of wonder, sometimes when I see this kind of stuff, I see a bull channel from the, say from the Frankfurt session, and then something explosive happens and it's a sort of climactic rally that rallies above the bull channel, and then I often see a reversal back down into the channel, and then it goes higher, and sometimes it completely reverses. I think computers see this as excessive and they start selling into it, or taking profit on longs. And sometimes you see it come back down into the channel. But I think these moves that are breaking some kind of channel are often seen as excessive by computers, by computer programs. So sometimes, yeah, if it's channeling, these big climactic breakouts of a channel can be seen as excessive, and then profit-taking areas potentially. I don't know. And of course, sometimes if it's super strong, it can turn into a strong support, like the channel line, kind of like a breakout point, and then the channel line turns into a support level, and then it keeps going higher. Let's see how it plays out. Five consecutive bull bars from the Frankfurt Open. Very good for the bulls. It's weird. The Asia session seemed to sell off a little bit. The Nikkei is down. The Hang Seng is down. But DAX is up almost 1%. Actually, let me rethink that a little bit, because that was the close. So it was up. It's actually up, in fact, about 0.4%, so almost 0.5%. Because this number here, 0.08%, looks at the Globex session close. I don't think that's as important as the actual regular trading hours close. The regular trading hours is what's important. So what's happening now, a big bear bar, an attempted trend resumption, and now potentially a second bear bar. Wonder if this is a potential reversal here. Or if, I mean, it is a reversal attempt, because you got this. Will it turn out to be a minor reversal, or will it turn into a major trend reversal and come back down to the open, to the low of the day, and reverse all of this? That is the question. There's about 4 minutes to go for the second 15-minute bar. Right now it's got a big tail on the top. So some selling coming into the close here. See if it rallies big. Into the close. Just like bar one. I was tempted to short this bar for a scalp. For a second leg down from the bears. But I don't think I have enough yet. Enough evidence. It is a bad sell signal, but a lot of times you get 2 legs down from the bears before it continues higher. If it's really strong, I think the first leg, oftentimes I see a high one long working really well, but the next time after this rally, it might be better waiting for a high 2 long. Like that was a high 1 long there. High 1 long above that bar. That's the first attempt at trend resumption after this pullback. I think a high 2 long might be a little bit better probability here. Because it's been so climactic. It might need a 2-legged pullback. But the bears are just not doing enough here, it seems. Yet. They could do, but it doesn't look all that strong from the bears here. There's a strategy that this guy Tom Hugard trades. It's called a school run. He would sell below this bar here if it trades down there. Wonder if I should do that. It works pretty well, that strategy. And he would buy above. I feel weird buying above a bar with a big tail on top. Here we go. Looks like it's coming in for a really strong close, actually. Maybe not. Could this be another bull trend from the open? And bar 1 remains the low of the day. You just buy anything and it just keeps going higher. Could it be? It very well could be. Because this is looking really strong now. 2 big bull bars. This one's about to close on its higher tick. Crazy. Good for the bulls. Great job by the bulls here. To buy or not to buy? This looks like a day that could close up here somewhere. like another, I don't know, like 300 points higher, something. 400 points higher. It's just ripping up. Or like up here somewhere. It's just funny that yesterday was a strong bear bar and now it's just doing the opposite. Like, what the fuck's going on? Cool. I think it's a bit confusing, honestly. Which is consistent, I think, with trading range behavior when you get a huge bear bar and then everyone buys it. Or a huge bull bar and everyone sells it. I think that's trading range behavior on the larger time frame. If things that look bullish get sold and things that look bearish get bought, that is classic trading range behavior. What a great bull trend this turned out to be. So the state of my account is okay. But I'm gonna withdraw and a little bit and zero it to 30k. Because I don't need to trade more than 30k. So that balance should go to 30k now. Oops, somebody called me, I didn't. Okay, withdrawal successful. My account's now back down to 30k. Sort of paying myself a little bit, I suppose. Yeah, just paying myself. Don't I feel stupid right now? Would have been in a decent profit. I was $10 a point long and would have had about 800 profit. Just thinking about buying this bar. Still would have had a good profit. About a 1-to-1 right now. Just gonna pause the video, go and have a little break. Alright, I'm back. Back. I'm buying the DAX. It's not executing it. What is happening? I'm gonna have to pause the software. It's not showing as an active position at all. It has now put me in, but it put me in way too freaking late. God damn it. I couldn't get filled. Damn it. Fuck. My software is lagging quite a lot now. Fuck. I'm just gonna put my stop loss below this bar and just hope for the best. What a sloppy trade. Fuck. Okay. Fuck. I'll try one more position here. Long. And take profit here. What I was hoping for this here was another stab at the high of the day, because I know that the 1 hour chart is about to close, and what I often see is when it's this bullish, it just rockets up in the dying seconds of the hour. And this kind of rattled me here, not being filled properly. And just taking a loss because I was trying to get filled here and not exceed, risk of $200. I don't know, it might have been stopped out anyway, but I was trying to get it filled right here. And would have been stopped out anyway by this bar. But it filled me up here somewhere during this bar. It was lagging. I think that was visible. No, it filled me even higher because I put my stop loss there and it was a $240 loss. So it filled me, oh my god, it filled me right up here instead of down here. I think I would have been stopped out anyway. But anyway, I did make that loss back really quickly. Because it did do what I thought it might do. Just another stab up here into the close of the 1 hour bar. And I think what this is doing is it's going to yesterday's high and even higher. So I think it's just always in long at the moment, unless it shows some really bearish price action. And that's why I was trying to position myself long. But these small execution errors, I mean, I don't think my execution here was an error per se, it was just a really horrible fill. And it meant that I was risking a lot more than I initially intended to do. I was figuring out, like, how can I buy below this bar here to, where to risk to. And then I decided it's so bullish, just buy it and just risk like a little bit less than 1%. Such a fucking scrappy week for me, man. Just can't do anything right this week. Just can't do anything right. Had I just left the first fucking long position that I had down here, would have been chilling, hard chilling. I was trading $5 a point there. I would have had a decent profit of about 1,000. Actually, no, sorry, I was trading $10 a point. Yeah, about 900 profit at the highest. I'm just not feeling it, man. I think I need to stop. Just rest until I'm feeling confident. Yeah. So I think I will do that. Just go and rest. These are my executions for the day. So I withdrew some money that I made. Online transfer cash out. I withdrew $2,900. On my first trade I made $100. On my second trade I lost $268. And on my third trade I made $300. So I am 0.5% profit for the session. But it's certainly not great. But this minus 2,900 is a withdrawal into my bank account. Online transfer cash out. So it's not a loss of $2,000 on a trade. Anyway, I'm just gonna go have a break and just rest until I'm feeling right to trade again. It's just been a struggle this week, man. Scrappy sessions have really sapped my energy somehow. That's why I don't like being, because taking a loss gives me stress. There's just no way to frame that it doesn't, because there might be traders out there who are just like, yep, that's just part of the game, blah blah blah, and just not fazed by it at all. But I don't think most traders feel that way. I think if it doesn't affect you, you're either trading an extremely small size that doesn't matter to you, or maybe you're just really rich and you don't care about losing money. I don't know, but it's certainly, if I take consecutive losses, it certainly builds the pressure for me. I'm just like, what am I doing wrong? What's going on here? It's not how it's supposed to work. But even though I've had a scrappy week, every single day has been profitable. As it has been for the five days that I traded last week, and the 4 days that I traded 1 week. There was like 3 days that I traded. I think that was last week. Yeah, those were profitable. And then the week before that, I made a good profit, like 7%. And I had every single day profitable. So my profitable streak is still, still intact. It's just the scrappiness of the sessions has been so mentally taxing, I suppose. I don't know. Yeah, I just need a break, I think.